Welcome back. We are just 5 weeks away from New York City's Democratic mayoral primary, and former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, the clear frontrunner in the race, is now facing an investigation from the Justice Department. House Republicans requested the investigation, claiming that Cuomo lied to Congress about his actions as governor during the coronavirus pandemic. Now, you might remember Cuomo's daily pandemic briefings, where he gained national attention for his criticism of President Trump's COVID response in his first term. The investigation presents a potential example of the Justice Department's willingness to go after the president's critics. In contrast, just last month, Mayor Eric Adams of New York City, an ally of President Trump and Cuomo's chief rival in the race for mayor, saw his corruption charges dropped. The mayor's race is Cuomo's attempt at a political comeback, as he resigned as governor in 2021 after being accused of sexual harassment allegations that he denies. Joining me now is law enforcement and intelligence correspondent Tom Winter. So, Tom, do we know the focus of this new federal investigation?
We actually do. It's kind of a rare thing that we would know the focus and the reason why specifically a federal investigation would be open like this one. And that's because, as you alluded to, Aaron, this is a referral from Congress. In this case, James Comer made this referral. He's got a subcommittee going on the response, the government's response to COVID-19. And Cuomo testified. You're looking at a photo of him testifying at it there sometime earlier. And so in the course of that testimony, the claim, or the statement rather, from Comer is that, in fact, Cuomo lied to Congress, which is a federal crime, Statute 18 U.S.C. 1001, and that he did so willfully. And he cited three specific examples, all surrounding what's been referred to in New York circles and referred to in this referral to the Justice Department as the July 6 memo, a memo about what happened at the nursing home. And Cuomo is asked whether he had any sort of feedback over it, any sort of edits, whether he reviewed it, and he effectively said no to Congress. However, there are emails that paint what some have called a very different picture, effectively saying in one email communication, one staffer sending an email to another saying this has got the governor's edits on it. So that's just one of the things that they highlight in this criminal referral.
So this is happening during a campaign season. We can't help but to note that just last month, the Justice Department formally dropped all the charges against the current New York City mayor, Eric Adams. As you sort of juxtapose those two things, what's the significance of this investigation and the timing of it?
I think one thing we have to keep in mind is that this was a referral in late April from Comer to the Justice Department, and it's Congress that has to make that referral. Had the Justice Department decided today to just pick up the phone and say, hey, we're going to investigate Andrew Cuomo, I think that there would be some more eyebrows raised as far as the timing of that, in light of the facts that you laid out with respect to New York City Mayor Eric Adams, who, of course, is running for re-election, and Cuomo's bid for mayor as well. However, since that referral was just several weeks ago and the investigation did not just start yesterday or today, this has been going on for some time. I think there's some folks that have been asking about the Justice Department so-called 60-day rule or 60-day window. That's just a rule, but on something where it is referred to the Justice Department, those rules don't always necessarily apply. So that's something that we have to kind of keep in mind here. The clock is a little bit different given the nature of the case, given the fact that it's a referral from Congress, Aaron.
All right, Tom Winter with us today. Thank you, Tom. Now, as we noted, Andrew Cuomo is the frontrunner in the upcoming Democratic mayoral primary, but it is a crowded field with at least one candidate trying to take advantage of New York City's ranked choice voting. A 33-year-old self-proclaimed socialist candidate with minimal name ID but major money backing him is taking the unusual step of asking his supporters to donate to a rival. Joining me now from the big board is national political correspondent Steve Kornacki with a deeper dive. Hey, Steve.
Yeah, hey, so, I mean, we're talking about this situation now with Cuomo and potentially these charges, or at least this investigation. Before all of this broke, we can say Cuomo was in a very good position here. He may still be in terms of pulling off this political comeback. Take a look. This is a Marist poll. This is the most recent poll we have here of this Democratic primary. You mentioned Eric Adams a minute ago. He's not running in the Democratic primary. He's talking about running on a third-party line in November. So you had Cuomo out in front here by 2-1, but you just mentioned Zoran Mamdani, the socialist candidate here, and this was the significant news in this poll. All of these other candidates had sort of been jumped jumbled together. Mamdani now has bumped up into a clear second place, attaining separation from the rest of this field. Again, Cuomo still leading him 2-1. But the way things work in New York with this ranked choice system is you go in and you vote in this primary. You're going to see all these candidates. They ask you to rank them. This is my first choice, my second choice, my third choice. And then the tabulation proceeds in rounds. At the end of the first round, whoever's in last, that name gets dropped. They reallocate the votes for that person based on the voter's second preference, and on and on and on until somebody hits 50%. So, long way of saying this Marist poll actually played it all out. So you see, when you list all the candidates, this is what they came up with. Now, as they start working their way through the tabulations, this is what happened. Cuomo, 45-23, round 2. Round 3, he's up to 46. 4, he's up to 48. You see how they keep knocking one off each round. And then in round 5, in this version of it, Cuomo would cross 50%. Mamdani would still be in second place. And that gap between them would never really change. They actually played this out to a 6th round, but it would end here if somebody crossed 50% in the actual election. So it's an interesting dynamic because for Cuomo, if Mamdani does emerge as the clear second place candidate in here, then this suggests that as odd sort of as the system is, as complicated it is, it's not that chaotic, actually. It's pretty orderly as they work through these rounds. And I think if you're Cuomo and Mamdani is your main opponent here, your chief rival, you kind of like some of the internal numbers here. Let me show you what I mean here. Look at this. It's New York City Democratic mayoral primary. White voters are not a majority here. They are definitely a plurality. And actually, that's where Mamdani does best. He's only trailing by Cuomo by 2 points among white voters. If you look closer in these numbers, Mamdani does best with voters who call themselves liberal, very liberal. He does best, as we say here, with white voters, higher income, college educated, all of these things. You look at the black vote, this is more than a third of the electorate in the Democratic primary. Look at that. Cuomo at 50%. Mamdani isn't even in second place there. 2-1 for Cuomo among Latinos. This is where the majority of the votes are in the Democratic primary in New York City, not among white voters. So Cuomo is drawing strength from the groups that are the largest in this primary. Now, finally, that piece about DOJ here and what effect it could have on this race. We'll see. Does it shine a light on Cuomo's COVID handling, raise concerns there? Does that hurt him? Or does the fact that this is coming through the Trump Justice Department, is that the lens through which Democratic primary voters filter this? Because look at this in this poll. How do they want a mayor to handle President Trump? Democrats, 3/4 of them want opposition as much as possible to Trump. They might just view this as a politically motivated move from the Trump administration and rally around Cuomo.
All right, Steve Kornacki with us today. Steve, thank you. We appreciate it.
You got it.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.